Imagine this. It's 1937. You're operating the largest railroad in the Northeast, and your biggest passenger engines just aren't cutting it anymore. The burly I-4 Pacifics can't keep up with the demand for trains of up to 14 cars on the shoreline. So, in a bid to keep your railroad's busiest corridor in check, you invest in a new class of fast, heavy 464 locomotives. These are the I-5s. All 10 rolled out of the Baldwin Locomotive Works erecting hall in 1937. They were the last newly ordered engines for the New Haven steam fleet. By many accounts, they were also the classiest locomotives on the road. They were plain decked out, sleek and bullet-like with jet black paint, white stripes adorning the pilot and sides of the engine and tender, and shining white disc drivers. The first streamliners in the United States had their drivers covered up with the metal sheeting, which made maintenance unnecessarily difficult. The I-5s changed the game, becoming the first locomotives with streamline designed for easier maintenance. To many, the I-5s were the best in business. The I-5s are the biggest passenger locomotives on the road, at 77 feet and 7 inches long, and tipping the scales at 697,300 pounds, engine and tender combined. They had a boiler pressure of 285 pounds per square inch, 22 by 30 inch cylinders, an adhesion factor of 4.39, and 80-inch drivers, culminating in 44,000 pounds of tractive effort and a projected top speed of up to 100 miles an hour. The I-5s were pressed into service along the New Haven shoreline, their main line stretching from New York City to Boston, Massachusetts. As this was to be their primary route, they were nicknamed as such, the Shorelines. The I-5s now headed up trains the I-4s couldn't handle, such as the Merchants Limited and the Yankee Clipper, both running from the endpoints of the shoreline. The mighty engines performed well at their duties, barring some balancing issues that took Baldwin a few tries to rectify. Otherwise, the class was a hit. The I-5s enjoyed successful and meaningful, though rather uneventful, lives, serving their time as the premier passenger locomotives on the New Haven. 8 of the engines would run at one time, with the other 2 kept for repair or reserve. While they were reliable, their full potential was never realized, thanks in large part to the speed restrictions on the line they worked. The shoreline limited them to only 80 miles per hour, and their top speed is still disputed. Unfortunately, in 1951, the I-5s were written off the railroad's roster. With a lifespan of only 14 years, the Shorelines were some of the shortest-serving locomotives in the country, and the ultimate shortest-serving steamers on the New Haven. In the beginning of the diesel onslaught, the railroads needed money, and steam locomotives were abundant and valuable enough in scrap. So, as with countless other engines, the I-5s saw the wrong end of an acetylene torch. By the end of the year, all were gone with the rest of New Haven steamers. Though they all may be gone, the legacy of the I-5s continues today in various forms. Several models exist both digitally and in the model world. Broadway Limited produces HO scale models, and Weaver and MTH both made O scale models, though very few. Models for Trains and Transport Fever also exist, and are available to download for their respective games. No original whistles from the engines survive, but a very similar one can be heard on Norfolk and Western number 611 with its Hancock 3 chime. Across the globe, the New South Wales Government Railways Class C38 was designed with very similar streamlining. Number 3801 continues to haul excursions across Australia, carrying the legacy of the I-5s and serving as a symbol of one of New Haven's most iconic locomotives. The first episode of Engines of the New Haven, and we're starting with a good class. The I-5s are personally my favorite engines on the New Haven, and hopefully with this episode I provided some good reason as to why. The next episode will cover the R3A mountains, so be on the lookout for that in the future. Now with all that said, I'll see you in episode 2 of Engines of the New Haven.